Stop. Where does the Quran say that? Where does it say that?
Okay then, so she wasn't 9 years old.
Why did you lie is the question. Because if you said, oh, I think because I heard this media propaganda in which they say, you read it yourself, you said. Did you read that part where it says, the Quran says you can rape children?
It says if a girl has reached puberty, so she's basically had a period, yeah? It is okay.
We are speaking English. Speak English. Rape is what we're discussing. Rape is a forceful act of sexual nature that you do on others forcefully without their consent and their will. Where does the Quran says you can rape children? I don't want an explanation. I need a proof text. Otherwise, I want you to apologize in public. I want you to apologize otherwise.
God, you've said that for 10 times now. I heard you the first time. Right. Does it not say in the Quran, if a girl has reached puberty, she's had a period, it's okay to engage in sexual activity with her? Yes or no?
I am not going to let you go. I said
No.
you made a claim about rape. There is a difference between.
Listen.
1 second. There is a difference between. You're not getting anywhere. Establish. Where does the Quran say you can rape?
You're sliming around it. I'm answering your question.
You made a statement which was a lie.
I'm answering
A lie. You said for the whole world to know, this lady was a vegetarian, a vegan.
Can't even read.
Instead of vegan, a vegan. Instead of reading the Quran and understanding for what it is.
You want me to answer you? Let me speak.
Okay, which chapter, which verse? I'm going to open up the Quran.
Verses.
But you read it, right?
I'm not fucking Google.
You read it?
I'm not Google.
No, I don't expect you to read. Start using Google. Read the Quran.
You're being deliberately obtuse now.
No, where does it say that?
I'm trying to answer you to the best of my ability, and you want
Okay, here's the Quran. Chapter 112 of them.
I've just told you I can't give you a chapter and a verse. I don't have them committed to memory.
Can you apologize?
I'm trying to explain why I said what I said.
You can only explain.
I can only explain if people allow me to say, right?
You have to say sorry, just easy.
It's easy to apologize for your mistakes.
I'm trying to explain.
Okay, I take my word. You didn't lie. You were wrong because you were ignorant about it.
No,
does that sound better?
I'm ignorant. If you don't let me.
Oh, go on then. Teach us where the Quran says you can rape children.
How old was Aisha? How old was I?
I'm not saying anything. You're going to establish that.
How old was she?
I'm not saying anything.
How old?
You can answer.
Go on, answer the question. Don't ask me a question. Answer the question.
What's that, sorry?
Answer the question.
You tell us.
I'm asking you, how old was she?
You are answering, not me.
Exactly.
No. Okay then. It says, you answer this and we'll get there.
No, I'm not answering anything.
No.
You are answering it.
What happens when you make claims you can't substantiate?
I can. If
Brother.
lying on me now,
Let's
I can
see.
do it.
A vegan lying against the Quran or mistaken about the Quran. Which
You're
one it
not
is?
allowing me
Go ahead.
to respond.
Okay, I'm listening without anything. There you go.
It says in the Quran, right, if a girl has reached puberty, it is permissible to engage in sexual acts with that girl, right? Is that correct or am I wrong? This is your chance to correct me. Am I right or wrong?
He says the baby's come out to us.
This is childish. Come on, am I right or wrong? You can prove me wrong right here and now. Am I right or wrong?
If you're sure
It's
about your claim.
you're being
Brother,
if you're evading
she
answering
wants
the question, it's because
to
you
say
don't know where
we're
it
giving her the
lives.
chance to prove what she said. She accused the Quran saying Quran says rape children. So we are listening for substantiation of this
and I'm
accusation.
trying to, but it requires you. Okay, so fine. I'll answer for you. It says if a girl has reached puberty, it is permissible to have sex with her. So when she's had her first period, there are 8-year-olds who have started menstruation. 8-year-olds are children. So if you engage with sex with an 8-year-old, that is paedophilia. That is rape. They cannot consent to that act. That's it.
No wonder, I'm responding to what you just said. No wonder the world is in a mess. Just because individuals like yourself, with this ideology of veganism, can't see things straight with a critical mindset. If you understood anything critically, the Quran does not say anywhere you can rape anyone. In fact, if you were to rape anyone, according to Islamic teaching, severe punishment. How can you can't even touch a woman, right? Other than your touch, meaning even physically, shaking hands or whatever, kissing her.
You've not refuted
Wait, I am explaining to you. You can't even approach and have a touch of a woman, and Islam says no, and you says Quran somehow endorses and commands that you can rape children. So this is really showing you the utter brain death of people without any critical thinking. If you use critically, you should have asked. I am refuting you. I'm refuting you. So you are learning now, as I'm saying. As I am saying, the Quran does very strict laws, gives strict laws of human interactions.
Can you repeat what I just said?
Can you bring the evidence?
Where does the Quran
I
say
said in
you
the
can
Quran
rape
that
children?
It says
That's
that
your
you can
opinion.
engage in sexual activity with a girl that has started menstruating. 8-year-olds can menstruate.
Sexual
Is
activity
having
rape?
sex with
One
an
second, brother,
8-year-old
one second, brother, one
sex or is
second.
it rape?
1 second.
Is it sex or is it rape?
What's the definition of rape?
It is engaging in sexual activity with someone who cannot consent. Can 8-year-olds consent to sex?
Stop. So, according to the definition, if someone has sexual activity with prepubescent or pubescent, meaning before the age of menstruation or after menstruation, according to the definitions, right? Is it rape? I would like you to pull this up. Like when a pedophile, for example, has sexual activity with a post-pubescent child, is that rape? Or is that called something else?
Because you've used the word child. You literally used the word child in that
Post-pubescent female.
It's rape.
There you go.
It's paedophilia.
Okay, let me help you then. A post-pubescent female, when they engage with a sexual activity with someone, is that considered rape?
Can you repeat that?
Okay.
Sorry?
When two post-pubescent, boy and a girl, have sexual activities, boyfriend and girlfriend, is that considered rape? In UK law, United States law,
If
European
they're
law,
both children-
international law.
If they're both children, say they're both 13 or something, no. Because there's not an adult, there's not a power imbalance.
Excuse me?
There's not a power imbalance.
Remember what you said. Let's go back again. I gave you now an example, a counter example. When two young male and a female, right, post-pubescent, after puberty, engage in sexual activity by their own volition, mutually, is that considered rape by UK law, United States law, European law, or international law?
That's not what I was asking.
That's
though.
what I am asking you.
No. That's
I
not
am
the
asking
way
you
I
now.
made. That wasn't
You are now
right.
on the spot as a vegan. Your ideology
Yeah.
in this example.
Yeah, and you hijacked this.
In this
You
example,
overheard a conversation.
I hijacked. No,
And now the animals getting pushed
I
to the
came
side
to
again,
put
like
you in your
they
place
always are.
because you lied and
I
accused
haven't
about
lied.
Islam.
What did
that
I
the
say
Quran
was a lie?
because you said.
basically- you just substantiated what I
Okay.
said because you didn't refute anything.
Excuse me.
You did not refute
According
anything.
to what I just said, two young male and female, post-pubescent, if they engage
Twisting the
in
narrative.
sexual,
You are twisting
answer the question.
narrative.
You said earlier on, the Quran says you can engage with sexual activity with post-pubescent children, and you consider that to be
operative word.
you consider that to be rape. I said
It is. Adult having
post-pubescent.
sex with children is rape.
Excuse me. What age a child is a child? Up to what age?
I'd say about 18, or 16, 18. In
Okay.
our law, they say
When a 17-year-old
consent.
Okay.
Yes.
When a 17-year-old and 11 months. Yep. And 28 days. Both male and female, when they engage in sexual activity by their own volition, their own will, is this considered a rape? And is it considered rape in UK, United States,
How old are
Europe?
they? How old are they?
I just told you. 17 years, 11 months, and 28 days.
Yeah, that's one person. They're both that age.
Both that age.
Yeah, that's not rape.
Why not?
Because they're consenting adults then, aren't they? 'Cause
No,
they're past the-
you define what adult is. I took your definition. Adult is over 18.
Yeah,
They're not 18.
they're over the age of consent. So in law,
No, no,
they
no,
are seen as
stop.
consenting adults. So, yeah, okay.
Hang on. You're
Because
moving your
they're
goalpost
saying-
again and again.
Okay,
Wait.
so, okay, that's
Wait,
fine.
wait.
Yeah.
Don't
You
move your
said under
goalpost.
18.
Let me ask
Okay.
you again. At what age is a child a child? Up to what age?
In British law, 16. I would say 18.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So according to British law,
Yeah.
if a 16-year-old engage with sexual activity between themselves by their own will and volition, is that rape according to British law?
They're both 16.
Yeah.
No.
But according to you, is that rape?
No, because they're both the same age, so they're both children. There's no power imbalance. It's
So-
it's
so now-
an adult having sex with a child.
One moment now. Let's go back. What is the definition of rape?
It's non-consensual sex.
Can a 15-year-old consent?
No.
Right. So when the two 15-year-olds have sexual activities, is that considered rape?
No, neither party can consent. What's critical for the definition of rape?
They cannot consent. We agree, according to your
Yeah,
definition.
but you're on about
So is that rape?
pedophilia.
No. Is that rape?
No, because they're both children.
Hang on. You said rape is non-consensual sexual activities. You said that. Non-consensual.
mean, this is
I gave you an example of
I mean, this
non-consensual.
has gone completely off the rails.
Now you realize you've been debunked left, right, and center.
No, you
Right, let's try again.
You haven't. Because
Excuse
you
me.
haven't substantiated.
Okay.
that the
Define
Quran
rape
doesn't
again.
say it's okay to have
Def-
sex with children.
Define rape again. Once more. Define
We're
rape.
on about child rape.
Define
specifically.
Okay. Define child rape.
Child rape is an adult having sex with a minor.
And that's considered rape.
Yes.
So a minor is up to what? Age of 16 in UK law.
Yes.
So if an adult has sexual activity with a 15-year-old in UK definition, that is considered rape?
Yes.
Can you provide some evidence for that? Legal
It
evidence?
legally is. That's the evidence.
Yeah.
That is.
It's what? Considered rape?
Considered rape, yeah. Statutory rape. What is it? What's the
Why?
question? It is statutory
Why?
rape. I don't know why, that's the law.
Now I want to know the basis of the law.
I didn't write the law. What's the question? What's the question?
The question is an adult having sexual relationship with a child considered to be rape?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who would disagree with that. Genuinely.
Okay, so this is rape. If you go to a country in which the age is up to 18, would that be considered rape?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
In UK, a 15-year-old having sexual relation with an adult is a rape. But if you go to another country in which, say, they consider if you're 14, you're an adult. So if a 15-year-old,
14-year-old, they're not an adult.
age of consent, age of consent.
In that country, it's not rape.
In that country, it's not rape.
Because
So now,
it's legal. It's just
so now
Prefrontal
we have a
cortex is not
problem.
developed.
So now we have a problem. Countries in today's time, in modern times, we're not talking about ancient times. In modern times, they can't agree on what is rape.
fine, yeah.
Okay, so how can you then use your subjective opinion and impose on a text of the Quran and say this is rape when you can't even get the definition right?
Anybody who is having, any adult who has sex with someone, Aisha's case, a 9-year-old, that is child rape.
This is where. Okay, now let me tell you. Okay, if you are unable to menstruate until the age of 21, and somebody has sexual activity with you, is that considered rape?
If someone hasn't had their period by age 21,
Yeah.
no, because mentally they're an adult. I don't
now-
use that.
so now-
No. The Quran uses that.
No, I'm giving an example for you
as
to
an
understand.
indicator of adulthood. I don't.
I'm asking you.
I'm on about-
So your definition of someone who is able to have sexual relationship is what? Physical maturity and intellectual maturity.
Yes.
Okay. So Aisha was both of them. She was physically
She was
mature.
9 years old.
So according to you now, physical maturity.
9-year-old.
Hang on. So
Their brains aren't developed enough.
at what age do people become mature?
It
Physically.
depends on physically, typically 18, but obviously you can grow in height and your
Absolute
brain
nonsense.
doesn't stop growing until you're
Absolute
25.
nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Your brain
Hang
doesn't
on.
stop developing until
Which
you're around 25.
which academic literature can you provide to me?
Speaking to you now.
Which
We've established.
which academic literature
Oh my.
provides you this proof that you become physically
I'm here to speak
mature
about
when you're
fucking
18?
Animals. You want to talk
Why did you
about
lie in the
fairy
first place?
tales.
Why did you lie in
I
the first
didn't
place?
lie. You haven't
You lied.
established that I lied.
You lied against the Quran. The Quran doesn't say anything about
Quran
you can
doesn't
rape,
condone
you can
having sex
rape
with
women.
children.
Sheikh said,
It does.
you see how she changes the narrative now? It's like Israel changing the narrative every time they get caught. 40 babies. It's not there. They
I
keep
stand
changing.
by what I said because it does say that.
Does the Quran say you can rape children?
You haven't said that it does.
Does the Quran say you can rape children? You said what?
Yeah, it does.
Ah, what a liar. What
It
an
doesn't say it
ignorant
in those
individual.
many words, but it does condone it.
Listen,
It does condone it.
at what age someone becomes physically mature? You said 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in
Aisha wasn't 18.
One second.
Was she?
So where does the definition come from? Where do you get that from? Thin air? Who told you people become physically mature when you're 18?
And I'm not engaging with you any further.
Because you're unable to. Because you're unable to.
You are wasting my
I'm
time.
not wasting your time.
I'm not here
If
to
you
talk
didn't
about
lie
fairy
about the Quran, I would have let you speak about this
You've
veganism
got your
ideology.
content, you've
But
caused
no,
a
no, no.
spectacle.
You lied against the Quran.
didn't
You
lie.
said the Quran. Everyone's watching and listening. And zoom in into her. This lady said the Quran says you can rape children.
Yeah, she
You
told me.
never
Yeah,
refuted.
yeah.
You never.
You told me
I stand by it.
Yeah, yeah.
You never refuted.
That shows you're not only ideologically a bigot, you are a liar. Ideological bigotry.
No.
Do you know what that is? I'll tell you what that ideological bigotry is. I'll tell you what ideological bigotry
All he's
is.
doing is showing
Because of your
cynical stuff, and I'm done with this conversation.
gentlemen,
because it's not.
I will show you. I will explain to you. I am talking to her.
This conversation's over.
Okay.
This conversation is over.
Okay. See you later. Yeah. Next time you start accusing people.
I'm here for the animals.
Of course,
And
you don't give any damn about humans. You only talk about animals. Because human beings, look, you're saying how many billions of Muslims?
Can't substantiate.
2.5 billion Muslims are rapists.
I never said that.
That's what you said.
No.
That's what you imply. But you will,
I never said
but you are
that.
caring about animals.
I
You are so much care about animals, but you say all Muslims are worse than animals. You believe in rape of children.
I don't believe she said it.
I did not say that.
I don't believe she
in
said
the
that.
Quran, it condones
I've never heard
children.
anyone in my life.
Did you hear what I just said?
That's a
I
distinction.
don't believe it. I was not back there.
Did you hear just what she said?
I didn't hear it because she didn't say it.
She said the Quran says you can rape children.
No, it implies sometimes.
No, she said
people
it-
can justify it. Sometimes.
No, you cannot justify it. You cannot justify rape, period. If you rape, you'll be severely punished. You can't even touch another woman, let alone rape her. Look at the crooked mentality. That's called intellectual bigotry. Because of her veganistic ideology, she can't see Islam being a religion of critical mind, religion of rationality, religion of reason, because that's what's totally clouded her thought. Islam says you can't even touch another woman who's not your mother, your sister, and let alone you can rape
And
a child.
So no Muslim has ever done it.
She is not talking about Muslims who are bad. She's saying Quran is bad.
So some Muslims, it's all right for some Muslims.
You're not listening.
No,
She's
you are.
not
You
saying.
just said, you just said some are bad. So if they're bad, they're not Muslim anymore.
I didn't say anything like that. Let me explain to you.
What you just
There are
said.
bad apples in every group of people,
Yes.
whether they're religious or otherwise.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
We do not endorse or condone their act when they do things which are illegal,
Right.
unacceptable. What she did, instead of saying some bad apple Muslims
I never
commit a
said any
crime,
Muslims.
what
I
she
never
did
made that
instead,
claim.
she
Excuse me.
talked about. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to
I
you.
didn't make
I'm
that
speaking to
claim.
this gentleman.
He's straw manning.
I'm
He's
sorry
straw
to
manning.
Instead, she said the Quran.
Can I
The
take
foundation.
one?
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Can I take
You
one
are
second?
straw manning.
Can I finish
To-
first?
to get
Can I
round
finish?
that rule about-
Can I finish?
about raping
Can I finish?
women.
Can I finish?
There is a
Can I
rule
finish?
they use.
Thank you very much. Let me finish. Instead of saying there's some bad Muslims,
I didn't say
who
any
rape-
Muslims engage in it. I never.
what
made
she
that
said
claim.
is
I said
the Quran,
condones
which is
it.
the foundation of belief of good Muslims and bad
You
Muslims
are
both.
lying. You are lying. now.
She
You are a
says the
liar.
Quran says you can rape children. So what she's done is called ideological bigotry. because of her ideological standpoint. She did not just simply say, oh, there are some very bad Muslims who rape children. Instead, she's saying the Quran itself says you can rape children. That is not only ignorant to the extreme, that is bigotry, hatred of Islam, not knowing what Islam is. Islam tells you when you want to marry someone, they need to be age of rushd. It says when these orphans reach the age of discernment, then you make them get married. The Prophet ﷺ explained there is no harm, you can't cause any harm. La darar wa la dirar, right? So you cannot have sexual relationship and causing physical harm. So you have to be physically and intellectually, mentally mature. That is what
12-year-old.
That's the question I asked her.
Yes.
At what age do people get?
Oh, you see, this is it. What about? I said a 12-year-old. Don't ask me any question. I'm asking you. Is 12-year-old all right?
For what?
For somebody to have sexual intercourse.
Let me answer this question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Maturity comes at different age.
Oh, I see. So
Do you disagree?
Sometimes it's not.
Do you agree or disagree?
15, well, with the reservations.
Sorry?
Because you're going to use it to say that somebody can be 6 and be.
I only said maturity comes with different ages.
Okay, yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it possible some people can mature at the age of 17 and not 12?
Is it possible that somebody should be allowed to marry somebody at 12 because it's their duty?
You're not engaging with me. You keep moving the goalpost.
No,
let me answer you. Let me just help you understand. Is it possible that some people can get physical maturity at the age of 17 and not earlier?
Yes.
Yes. Right.
And some never reach.
And some people get physically mature at the age of 8?
I wouldn't think so. That's very rare.
Good.
Very, very
It's rare now. Was it always the case?
Excuse me.
Your excuse. Was it the case all the way around?
An 8-year-old. Are you somehow asking me?
Was it only the case in history?
Was it in some time all right?
No.
An 8-year-old
Across the globe, in the historical.
8 is too young.
No, I am asking you a simple question.
8 is too young.
No, I didn't ask that.
What's it?
I said across the globe, historically speaking,
Yes.
did people mature earlier than 17 and 16 and 15 and 14?
Not 8.
Hang on. I am asking you this. Do you know, is the question. You either know or you don't, is the answer.
What?
Do you know, across the globe historically, at what ages people became physically mature?
I'm asking you, is 8? You asked me about 8-year-old. No, wait a minute.
You're
You asking what age? You've got to have some line in order to protect some that need protection. Okay? That's why they have these age limits.
Islam
Because
has a
otherwise-
universal application in which people don't need to arbitrarily choose a number, 18, and then guess what? They matured early, but they can't get married. I am saying, did you know, historically, did people mature early? At what age?
What you're asking.
I am asking you to understand what you're talking about. We are talking about physical maturity and sexual engagement. Was it always the case when people got physically mature at the age of 18?
I would say very rarely, very unusually.
It's not about
All
your,
time.
I would say, do you
All
know,
time.
have you done any studies on this?
Have you done it? Do you know?
I'm asking you, have you done any studies on
Of course
this?
I don't. How do I know
Right,
that?
so you're assuming. That's what you should say.
Of course.
That's what you should
We
say.
can only go on what we
Right.
know.
No, what you don't know. So you can't say I can go with what we know because you don't even know. You cannot speak on a subject
Because I
matter.
don't know about something 1,000 years ago doesn't mean I
Then,
don't know about that.
then, to somehow juxtapose and retrospectively put an arbitrary number of 18 or 16 or 17 and say this is the age people are physically matured, it's going to be a historical anachronism.
I agree with you, but I ask you then, you say, can somebody, you didn't even it's possible that somebody was 8, and all you say is, well, you believe maturity is fixed.
I didn't talk about majority or minority. I simply said variation exists at what age people become biologically mature. And you agree with me?
Different ages, yes.
Different age. Exactly.
Agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, if the Quran does not give you a particular age, but gives you a universal principle in which you need to be biologically mature and fit to be sexually active, and you need to be intellectually discerning to distinguish between right and wrong, truth and
Do
falsehood.
you mean the girl or do you mean the man?
I'm talking about both.
Do you? So that's why an 80-year-old man can marry a 12-year-old girl.
So instead of
There's
now
something
dealing
an
with,
imbalance.
you see, look at this. Instead of
They're
dealing
both
with,
Muslims,
instead
by
of,
the way. They're both Muslims, by the way. And I know that for a fact.
I mean,
It doesn't-
I can clearly see, I
It does happen.
can clearly see the media brainwashing that has done
Oh,
to
I
people.
see. Oh, I see. You're perfect, and
Look, look.
I don't know anything.
I didn't say I'm perfect. I'm ignorant.
No,
I'm
brainwashed.
ignorant.
I'm brainwashed.
Of
You
course.
said you're not. Are you brainwashed?
For what?
Well, whatever you've called me.
Not on this subject matter. I can be brainwashed by thinking that you're not
I
brainwashed.
asked you.
Yeah.
So you
So
think,
let
you
me.
think it's an equal balance?
One second.
80-year-old
One
man
second.
and a 12-year-old
One-
girl.
Okay, one second. Let's understand something. Are you a Christian?
I am.
Good.
And I would never go and get the 12-year-old
What age
girl.
was Joseph when he
Here we
married?
go. What about?
Excuse
what
me,
About the Muslim?
Can I finish my question?
No God, no talent. But what?
Can
about?
I finish my question?
Go on. I
Thank
know
you.
what you're going to say.
At what age was Joseph when he got together to have physical engagement with Mary, the mother of Jesus?
I'm not discussing Joseph now because it always comes to that. I've asked you a question about
Why?
an 80-year-old man.
Why are you uncomfortable?
I'm not uncomfortable.
No, shall I tell you the
You-
age? He was 90 years old. And what age was Mary? 90. So now you believe a 90-year-old can have sexual activity with a 14-year-old. According to the best estimate of the Jewish people, she was 14. She was probably younger, but highest would be 14. So are you saying it's okay for a 90-year-old to be
90?
Yeah, 90-year-old to have sexual activity with a 14-year-old?
So when Jesus worked with Joseph in the carpentry, Joseph was well over 100.
I asked you a simple question.
Why do you
Are you a
always-
Christian?
why-
Hang on.
you haven't answered my
Double
question.
standards all the way.
You haven't answered my question.
My friend.
Is it all right?
My friend.
I'm talking about a night. If somebody, you think that.
Do you agree?
I think it's wrong if it happens.
So when
It happens.
did God approve of that?
I don't know whether God approved it.
That's in the Bible. God approve of it?
What does this mean?